Best way to sound more fluent in English. Part 1. Welcome back. Today, we are going to talk about something that almost every English learner wants. Fluency. Many people study English for years. They learn grammar. They memorize vocabulary. They watch videos every day. But when it is time to speak, they still feel nervous. Their speaking feels slow. Their sentences feel broken. And sometimes their mind suddenly becomes empty. If this happens to you, do not worry, because today you will learn something very important. Fluency is not about speaking perfect English. Real fluency is about speaking naturally, clearly, calmly, and confidently. You do not need difficult vocabulary to sound fluent. You do not need perfect grammar every second, and you do not need to speak like a native speaker. You simply need the right habits. Today, you will learn simple but powerful ways to sound more fluent in English. These lessons are easy for beginners, but they are also very powerful for improving real speaking confidence. So relax, listen carefully, and imagine that today is the beginning of a new speaking journey for you. Lesson 1. Stop translating inside your head. This is one of the biggest problems English learners face. Most learners do this every day without realizing it. First, they think in their own language. Then they try to translate every sentence into English. And after that, they finally try to speak. But this process is very slow. And because it is slow, speaking becomes stressful. Imagine someone asks you, "What did you do today?" Now your brain starts working too hard. First you think, "I woke up late. I watched YouTube. I ate breakfast." But you are thinking in your own language. Then you try to change every sentence into English. While you're thinking, the other person is waiting. And suddenly you feel pressure. You become nervous. You stop in the middle of sentences. You say things like, wait, how to say? And slowly your confidence becomes weaker. But fluent speakers do something different. They do not translate every word. They think directly in English, even if their English is simple. For example, "What did you do today?" A comfortable English learner may answer, "I woke up late today. Then I watched YouTube and ate breakfast." Very simple, but also very natural. Notice something important. The sentence is not difficult. The grammar is not perfect like a textbook, but it sounds smooth. And smooth speaking is one of the biggest secrets of fluency. Many learners believe fluent English means using big vocabulary. But that is not true. Real fluency means speaking comfortably and naturally. Simple English can sound very fluent. In fact, learners who use easy English every day often improve faster than learners who only study grammar rules quietly. So how can you stop translating? Start small. Very small. Do not try to discuss complicated topics immediately. Start with your daily life. When you wake up in the morning, think in easy English. You can say, "I am sleepy. I need water. I need coffee. Today feels hot. I have a lot of work today." These are tiny sentences, but they are powerful because you are training your brain to think directly in English. At first, it may feel uncomfortable. Sometimes you will forget words. Sometimes your brain will stop. That is completely normal. Every fluent speaker was once a beginner. Nobody started fluent. Even children learn slowly. First one word, then small sentences, then full conversations. Your English journey works the same way. Another important thing: stop fearing mistakes too much. Many learners stay silent because they want perfect English, but perfection is slowing them down. If you always think, What if my grammar is wrong? What if my pronunciation sounds bad? What if people laugh at me? Then your mouth stays closed, and a closed mouth never becomes fluent. Fluency comes from practice, real practice, not only reading, not only watching videos, not only memorizing rules. You must train your brain and your mouth together. Here is a powerful daily exercise. Choose 1 hour every day. During that hour, try to think only in English. Even very small English is enough. For example, I am cooking. This tea is hot. My battery is low. I need to clean my room. I feel tired today. Simple English, simple thoughts, but powerful training. This habit slowly changes your brain, and one day something beautiful happens. You stop translating. English starts coming naturally. You answer faster. You feel calmer while speaking, and people understand you more easily. That is when confidence begins to grow. Also, remember this carefully. Do not compare yourself to fluent people online. Many of them have practiced for years. Some speak English every single day. Some live in English-speaking countries. And many of them still make mistakes too. But they continue speaking confidently. Your journey is your own journey. Small improvement every day is enough. Even 10 minutes of real English thinking practice can help you improve. And remember this powerful truth. Fluency is not magic. Fluency is training. If you train your brain every day, your English will slowly change. Your fear will become smaller. Your confidence will become stronger, and speaking English will start feeling more natural. One day you will notice something amazing. You are no longer building sentences word by word. You are simply speaking, and that is the power of thinking directly in English. Speak slowly to sound more fluent. Many English learners think fluent people speak very fast. Because of this, beginners try to speak quickly too. But this creates a big problem. When you speak too fast, your brain cannot organize words properly. You forget vocabulary. Your pronunciation becomes unclear. You make more mistakes. And slowly, your confidence becomes weaker. Then you stop in the middle of sentences. You say things like, wait, and speaking starts feeling stressful. But here is something very important. Fluent speaking is not fast speaking. Real fluency means calm speaking, clear speaking, comfortable speaking. In fact, many native English speakers speak slowly and clearly because communication is more important than speed. Imagine two English learners. The first learner speaks very fast. Yesterday, I went shopping with my friend and we bought clothes, and then we ate, and after that, the words feel rushed and unclear. Now listen to the second learner. Yesterday, I went shopping with my friend. We bought some clothes after that. We ate dinner together. This speaker is slower, but this speaker sounds more fluent. Why? Because the listener understands easily. Good speaking is not a race. You do not need to run while speaking English. You need to relax. Many beginners panic during conversations. Their heart beats faster. Their brain suddenly feels empty. And because they panic, they try to speak even faster, but fast speaking creates more pressure. Slow speaking gives your brain time to think. It helps your pronunciation become cleaner, and it makes you sound more confident. Even professional speakers understand this secret. Teachers, actors, podcast hosts, motivational speakers. Many of them speak slowly and clearly because calm speaking sounds powerful. Another important thing is pronunciation. When beginners speak too quickly, their words become unclear. For example, I want to improve my English. If spoken too fast, it becomes difficult to understand, but when spoken slowly, I want to improve my English. Now, every word sounds clear, and clear English sounds much more fluent. One of the best ways to improve fluency is this: slow down your speaking speed, focus on clarity. Do not worry about small pauses. Small pauses are normal. Even native speakers pause sometimes. A calm pause sounds natural, but panic sounds uncomfortable. That is why relaxed speaking is powerful. Now let us talk about practice. Here is a simple exercise you can do every day. Choose 5 easy English sentences. For example, I enjoy listening to music. I want to become fluent in English. I usually wake up early. I like learning new words. I watched a movie yesterday. Now read them slowly. Do not rush. Focus on clear pronunciation. Focus on calm breathing. Focus on natural speaking. You can also record your voice. At first, you may feel shy hearing yourself. That is normal. Many learners feel uncomfortable listening to their own voice in the beginning, but recording yourself is one of the fastest ways to improve. Because when you listen carefully, you notice your weak areas. Which words sound unclear? Which sentences sound weak? Where you speak too fast? Where you pause too much? And slowly you improve. Another powerful exercise is shadowing. Shadowing means listening to a short English sentence and repeating it in the same style. For example, speaker says, "Today is a beautiful day." You repeat, "Today is a beautiful day." Slowly, clearly, calmly. This trains your ears and your mouth together, and slowly your speaking becomes smoother. Another mistake beginners make is trying to use difficult words too early. They think difficult English sounds more fluent, but actually simple. English spoken clearly sounds much stronger. A short, natural sentence is better than a long, confusing sentence. Remember this carefully. People care more about understanding you than hearing fancy vocabulary. Communication is the goal, not perfection. Also, stop comparing your speaking speed to native speakers online. Many speakers have years of practice. Some videos are edited. Some people speak English every day for work. Your goal right now is not fast English.
Your goal is comfortable English. Speed comes later. First, build confidence. First, build clarity. First, build control. Then speed will improve naturally. Think about learning to drive a car. At first, people drive slowly because they are learning control. Later, driving becomes natural. English speaking works the same way. Slow practice creates strong speaking, and strong speaking creates fluency. Fluency then creates confidence. So from today, stop trying to sound fast. Instead, try to sound calm. Try to sound clear. Try to sound comfortable. Because that is the real secret of fluent English. When you speak slowly, your brain relaxes. When your brain relaxes, words come more easily. And when words come more easily, you sound more fluent, naturally. Day by day, sentence by sentence, your English becomes smoother, stronger, and more confident. Best way to sound more fluent in English. Lesson 3. Use simple English every day. One of the biggest mistakes English learners make is waiting too long before speaking English. They think, first I will learn more grammar. First I will memorize more vocabulary. First I will become confident. And then I will start speaking. But this is the wrong way English improves, when you use it every day. Not once a week, not only during study time, not only inside a classroom. Real improvement happens when English becomes part of your daily life. Many beginners believe they need advanced vocabulary to sound fluent, but the truth is very different. Most daily conversations use very simple English. For example, "How was your day?" "What are you doing?" "I'm tired." "I'm hungry." "That sounds good." "I don't understand." "Can you help me?" These are simple sentences, but people use them every single day. Fluent speaking is built from simple daily English, not from difficult textbook words. Think about a child learning a language. A child does not start with complicated grammar. A child starts with small, easy words, then simple sentences, then conversations. English learners should learn the same way. Simple repetition creates strong speaking habits. Many people study English for years but still cannot speak comfortably. Why? Because they study English, but they do not live with English. There is a big difference. You must bring English into your daily routine. For example, when you eat breakfast, use English. "This tea is hot." "I want more sugar." "This food tastes good." When you clean your room, "My room is messy." "I need to organize my desk." "I should clean the floor." When you go outside, "The weather is nice today." "There are many people here." "I need to buy something." These tiny habits are powerful. At first, it may feel strange. Your brain may stop many times. You may not know some words. That is completely normal. Do not stop because of missing vocabulary. Use easy words that you already know. Many learners think, "If I don't know difficult words, I cannot speak." That is not true. You can explain many things using simple English. For example, imagine you forget the word refrigerator. Instead of stopping completely, you can say, "The place where we keep cold food." Maybe it is not perfect, but communication continues. That is confidence. And confidence is very important for fluency. Fluent speakers do not always know every word, but they continue speaking calmly. That is why they sound natural. Another important thing is repetition. Do not feel bored repeating simple sentences. Repetition trains your mouth and your brain. For example, if you repeat this sentence many times, "I want to improve my English." Slowly, your mouth says it naturally. You no longer need to think deeply before speaking. This is how fluency grows. Many beginners only consume English passively. They watch videos. They listen to podcasts. They read books. These things are helpful, but listening alone is not enough. You must use English actively. Speak. Repeat. Think. Describe things around you. Even talking to yourself can help a lot. Some learners feel shy doing this, but self-speaking is one of the best fluency exercises. You can practice anywhere, in your room, while walking, while cooking, even while taking a shower. For example, "Today I feel tired because I slept late." "I need to finish my work." "I want to practice more English tonight." Simple English, simple thoughts, but powerful training. Another reason daily English practice is important is because your brain learns through habit. If you only study English once in a while, your brain forgets quickly. But daily practice keeps English active inside your mind. Even 15 minutes every day is better than studying 5 hours once a week. Consistency is stronger than intensity. Small daily effort creates big results over time. Also, remember this: you do not need perfect grammar to communicate. Many beginners stay silent because they fear mistakes. But silence slows improvement. Mistakes are part of learning. Every fluent speaker made thousands of mistakes before becoming comfortable. Imagine learning to ride a bicycle. At first, you lose balance. Maybe you fall. But slowly your body learns. English speaking works the same way. The more you use English daily, the more natural it becomes. One day, easy sentences become automatic. Then longer sentences become easier too. This is how fluency grows step by step. Another helpful habit is changing small parts of your environment into English. For example, change your phone language to English. Read simple English captions online. Watch short English videos every day. Listen to easy podcasts. Follow English learning pages. These small changes keep your brain connected to English, and slowly English stops feeling foreign. It starts feeling familiar.
That is a very important moment in language learning, because fluency grows faster when English feels normal in your daily life. So stop waiting for perfect English. Use the English you already know. Even small vocabulary is enough to begin. Simple English used every day is much more powerful than difficult English used once a month. Remember this carefully. Fluent people are not always the smartest people. Very often, they are simply the people who practiced consistently, day after day, sentence after sentence, conversation after conversation. So, from today, make English part of your normal life. Speak a little every day. Think a little every day. Listen a little every day. And slowly your English will become stronger, smoother, and more fluent. Best way to sound more fluent in English. Lesson 4. Train your mouth to speak English. Many English learners understand English very well inside their mind. They can read English. They can understand videos. They can understand teachers. But when it is time to speak, their mouth suddenly stops. They know the words inside their brain, but the words do not come out smoothly. Why does this happen? Because understanding English and speaking English are two different skills. Many learners only train their eyes and ears. They read books. They watch videos. They listen to podcasts. But they never train their mouth. Speaking English is like training a muscle. If you never use your mouth for English, speaking will always feel difficult. Imagine someone watches fitness videos every day but never exercises. Will their body become strong? No. The same thing happens with English speaking. Listening helps. Reading helps. But speaking practice is what trains fluency. Your mouth needs practice. Your tongue needs practice. Your pronunciation needs practice. That is why many beginners feel slow while speaking. Their brain understands English, but their mouth is not ready yet. And that is completely normal. You simply need more speaking practice. One of the best ways to improve fluency is speaking out loud every single day. Not silently, not only inside your head. Real speaking. Even if you speak alone. This is very important. Many learners are afraid of speaking aloud because they feel shy. They think, my pronunciation is bad. My accent sounds strange. I make too many mistakes.
But remember something powerful. You cannot become a strong speaker with a silent mouth. Fluency comes from using your voice. At first, speaking English may feel uncomfortable. Your mouth may move slowly. Some words may feel difficult. Your pronunciation may not sound natural. That is okay. Every fluent speaker started exactly like this. Speaking English is also physical training. Your mouth must learn new sounds. Some English sounds may not exist in your first language, so your mouth needs time to adjust. That is why daily speaking practice is so powerful. The more you speak, the easier speaking becomes. Here is a simple exercise. Read easy English sentences aloud every day. For example, I want to improve my English. I enjoy learning new things. Today is a beautiful day. I feel more confident now. Do not whisper. Speak clearly. Speak confidently. At first, speak slowly. Focus on pronunciation. Focus on opening your mouth properly. Many beginners speak too quietly, and quiet speaking creates weak pronunciation. Strong speaking needs clear mouth movement. Another powerful exercise is shadowing. Shadowing means listening to a sentence and repeating it immediately. For example, audio says, "How was your day today?" You repeat, "How was your day today?" Try to copy the pronunciation. Try to copy the rhythm. Try to copy the emotion. This exercise is amazing for fluency. Why? Because your brain and your mouth start working together, and slowly your speaking becomes smoother. You also learn natural English patterns. At first, you may feel slow, but after enough repetition, your speaking speed improves naturally. Another great habit is recording yourself. Many learners avoid this because they feel embarrassed. But recording your voice helps you improve much faster. When you hear yourself, you notice your weak areas. Which words sound unclear? Which sentences sound unnatural? Where you pause too much. And slowly you improve step by step. Do not judge yourself too harshly. Improvement takes time. Even small progress matters. Another important thing is repetition. Many beginners constantly search for new lessons and new vocabulary, but they never repeat old speaking practice. Repetition is extremely important. If you repeat useful sentences many times, your mouth remembers them naturally. For example, how are you? What do you mean? I don't understand. Can you repeat that? I'm trying my best. These common sentences become automatic after enough repetition, and automatic speaking creates fluency. Think about singers. They practice the same song again and again. Athletes practice the same movement again and again. English speaking also needs repetition. Do not fear repeating simple English. Simple repetition builds strong speaking habits. Another mistake beginners make is only studying grammar rules. Grammar is useful, but grammar alone cannot create fluent speaking. You must actually use the language. Speaking is a skill, and skills improve through action. Imagine learning to swim by reading books only. Is that enough? No. You must enter the water. English speaking works the same way. You must practice speaking regularly. Even 5 or 10 minutes every day can help a lot. Consistency is more important than perfection. Also, remember this: your accent does not need to sound perfect. Many learners worry too much about sounding exactly like native speakers. But communication is more important than accent. Clear English matters more than perfect English. Speak clearly, speak confidently, speak naturally. That is enough. And slowly, your pronunciation will improve over time. One day, you will notice something amazing. The words that once felt difficult will become easy. The sentences that once felt scary will become natural. And speaking English will no longer feel impossible. But this only happens when you train your mouth consistently. So from today, speak out loud, repeat sentences, shadow English audio, record yourself. Practice daily. Do not wait for confidence before speaking. Speaking is what creates confidence. And little by little, your mouth will become faster, stronger, and more fluent in English. Best way to sound more fluent in English. Part 5, Lesson 5. Learn English in phrases, not single words. Many English learners spend years memorizing vocabulary lists. One word today, another word tomorrow. Hundreds of words every month. But when they try to speak English, they still cannot speak smoothly. Why? Because knowing single words is not enough for fluent speaking. Real English is made of phrases. Fluent speakers do not build every sentence word by word, like a machine. They use groups of words naturally together. For example, imagine you only learn the word hungry. That is useful. But now imagine learning full phrases. I'm really hungry. I'm hungry right now. I'm starting to feel hungry. Let's eat something. Now speaking becomes much easier. Why? Because your brain already has ready-made English patterns. This is one of the biggest secrets of fluency. Fluent people remember phrases, not isolated words. Think about how children learn language. Children hear full expressions again and again. How are you? I don't know. I want this. Come here. Slowly, these phrases become automatic. English learners should learn the same way. When you learn phrases, your speaking becomes faster and smoother. Because your brain does not need to build every sentence from zero. Everything starts flowing more naturally. For example, instead of learning only the word busy, learn phrases like, I'm very busy today. I've been busy lately. Sorry, I'm busy right now. Now you can use the word naturally in real conversations. Another example. Instead of learning only the word tired, learn phrases like, I'm feeling tired. I'm a little tired today. I'm too tired to work. This method trains your speaking much faster, because real conversations use patterns, not random single words. Another powerful thing about phrases is pronunciation. When you learn complete phrases, your English sounds more natural. For example, native speakers often connect words together. Instead of saying, "What are you doing?" very slowly, They often say, "What are you doing?" When you learn phrases together, your listening and speaking improve at the same time. That is why phrase learning is so powerful. Now, let us talk about practice. One of the best habits is collecting useful daily phrases. Not difficult phrases, useful phrases. Simple phrases that real people use every day. For example, "How was your day?" That makes sense. "I'm not sure. I'll think about it." "Can you help me?" "I'm trying my best." These phrases appear again and again in daily conversations, and after enough repetition, they become automatic. This is exactly how fluency develops. Another mistake many learners make is trying to translate every single word. But direct word-by-word translation often sounds unnatural. Languages work differently. That is why learning full phrases is much better. You start understanding English as natural expressions, not as separate pieces. Another powerful exercise is phrase repetition. Choose 5 useful phrases every day. Repeat them many times. Speak them aloud. Use them in small conversations. For example, maybe today's phrases are, "I'm running late." That sounds great. "I'm looking forward to it." "I don't feel well." "What do you mean?" Repeat them during the day, while walking, while cooking, while relaxing. The more you repeat them, the more natural they become, and slowly your mouth remembers them automatically. Another important thing is emotional connection. It is easier to remember phrases connected to real life. For example, if you often feel tired after work, the phrase, "I'm exhausted today," will stay in your memory more easily because it connects to your real emotions and experiences. This makes learning faster and more natural. You should also pay attention while watching English videos or listening to podcasts. Do not only search for difficult vocabulary. Notice common phrases. Notice how native speakers naturally respond. Notice small expressions. For example, "to be honest," "at the same time," "I totally agree." "That's a good point." These small phrases make English sound smooth and natural. And when you start using them, your fluency improves quickly. Another important thing: do not try to memorize too many phrases at once. Small daily learning is enough. 5 useful phrases every day can create huge improvement over time. Remember this carefully. Fluency is not built from complicated English. It is built from repeated, natural patterns. Simple phrases repeated many times become automatic speaking, and automatic speaking creates confidence. So, from today, stop focusing only on single words. Start learning English in complete phrases. Use phrases daily. Repeat them often. Speak them aloud. And slowly your English will start sounding smoother, more natural, and much more fluent. Best way to sound more fluent in English. So remember this: fluency is not about speaking perfect English. Fluency is about speaking comfortably, naturally, and confidently. You do not need thousands of difficult words. You do not need perfect grammar every second, and you do not need to sound exactly like a native speaker. What you truly need is daily practice, small daily practice, real practice. The learners who improve the fastest are usually not the smartest learners. They are simply the learners who continue practicing every day. Even when speaking feels uncomfortable, even when they make mistakes, even when progress feels slow. Because they understand something important. Fluency is built step by step, sentence by sentence, conversation by conversation. So from today, stop waiting for perfect English. Use the English you already know. Think in English. Speak slowly. Practice simple phrases. Train your mouth daily. And do not fear mistakes. Because every time you speak, your confidence becomes stronger. Every sentence makes your English smoother. And every day of practice brings you closer to fluency. Maybe today your English still feels small. That is okay. Every fluent speaker once felt the same way. But if you continue practicing consistently, one day something beautiful will happen. English will stop feeling scary. You will stop overthinking every sentence. Words will start coming naturally. And speaking English will begin to feel normal, not perfect, but comfortable. And that is real fluency. So keep practicing, keep speaking, and never give up on your English journey. Because little by little, day by day, you are becoming more fluent than you were yesterday. Thank you for watching. And remember, you cannot build speaking by staying silent. You build speaking by speaking.